The trash taste situation is pathetic. I don't know what the hell is going on. As you guys have noticed, I don't really partake in drama, even less lately. So, like, I'm going completely in the blind here. I didn't see anything on Twitter either. So, this is like brand new news to me.
So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the backlash that the Trash Taste podcast and the Ludwig crew is currently facing for some clips that are going viral.
Ludwig
where they're
again?
bashing.
Is it me or like, this is like what? How many drama has Trash Taste been in due to the LA click?
Anime fans, and a lot of people are pointing
Yeah.
out not only the ridiculous nature of what they're saying, but also the hypocrisy that's also contained within these interactions. Once again, the evergreen tweet just shows that these people are completely devoid of any rationality when it comes to talking about fictional content. They love to harass people over fictional content while also consuming that same problematic fictional content themselves to monetize it, of course. Now, this is the clip that is once again going viral. This is a follow-up to a clip I talked about the other day, where you can see Ludwig and his friend Slime here on the Trash Taste podcast saying all kinds of very disparaging things about anime and Japan generally.
Huh?
Now, Trash Taste is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, anime-related podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, that's kind of like a read the room situation, no? Why would you show up to... I think Trash Taste would be definitely considered one of the biggest Japan-based like podcast channels.
Yeah.
Why would you go to one of the biggest Japanese podcast channels and talk shit about Japan? That seems kind of stupid.
YouTube. Now, they have one very big criticism a lot of people give them, and that is inviting guests who just outright hate anime and or are insufferable people. The most clear example of that is their collaboration with Hassan Piker about a year ago. Not only do you have this dog-zapping terrorist sympathizer on your podcast, but also this is a guy who regularly calls people...
I still find it so funny. He got banned from going to UK, and he still thinks he's the good guy. UK is not a... I'm sorry, but it's true. UK is not a good place, especially with everything going on there. He got banned from a place that's absolutely psychotic.
Predators over anime, and ironically enough, in this podcast episode, Hassan was gloating about how much he enjoyed a boy love anime featuring high school boys, but that episode got trashed. You can see the like to dislike ratio was abysmal, and the comments, you'd be hard pressed to find any that are positive. In fact, it'd be like finding a needle in a haystack. People were not happy about this. And of course, there was some other drama about a year ago. It's not just the guests, it's also Sea-Dog VA and his comments about anime the last couple of years, where he has routinely called anime fans predators, including his own co-host.
He didn't open-ended like call them predators. He more like he said like the figurines, like the lolly kind of figurines are like disgusting and stuff like that. Not even, he didn't really use the word disgusting, but he was more like, "Ooh, this is like, oh, I don't know about this one." Yeah, so it was like that made me wonder if it's for a show, you know, like if it's a show. Because like Connor also got into like drama of you know, like with gotcha games where like he accepts sponsorships for games he would be technically opposed to.
Over things like figures of the character Sagiri, and the backlash from that when this clip went viral was swift and severe, because at the time, Sea-Dog
Blue
VA was one
Archive
of the people who was supposed to be doing a sponsored stream with Blue Archive, which features a lot of the icky, problematic stuff he likes to call.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people were saying that Zentreya got shafted because Zentreya actually plays the game. I think Garnt plays games like this too.
Predatory, and well, after fan backlash from the Blue Archive community, they were gatekept. This event was canceled, and Blue Archive apologized for even conceiving the event. Now, the podcast episode people are dredging up right now features a collaboration between Trash Taste and Ludwig's podcast.
Oh, so people are bringing up old shit?
The North
like it.
LA streamer scene that surrounds Ludwig is one that also heavily hates anime and likes to demonize those who are
What is everyone's opinion? What is the age limit on if bad takes should be brought up? Not like some slurs and stuff like that, but just bad takes can be brought up. Like how many days, months, years where it has like a shelf expiration date?
I say 5 years.
5 years? Hmm.
Yeah, after that, then there's like, yeah, okay, now you're just reaching. It's been like 6 years ago, you know?
Mm.
consuming it. In fact, the other day we looked at this clip that went viral where his podcast friends would go on and say that they would beat people up over consuming problematic anime, including Madoka, of all things.
That is such a weird thing to say.
You are a fucking chomo.
No, Zipper, can you pull up Madoka Magica?
What if
What are you getting him to do that for?
What if the child is 1,000 years old?
That's what I'm saying.
never
That's what we
account for
always
it.
do.
What's Madoka Magica? I actually don't know that one.
And we
The
always
one that jump started it all. The original
Original Magical Girl? So is it like
Battle
oh
Arena.
cutesy?
And then it gets dark. Everyone kills each other. Yeah, that one.
Oh.
That's the one.
Wait, what's wrong with Madoka Magica? I feel like the take on the whole magical girl thing, it was so unique.
It jumpstarted a whole genre.
Yeah, like the execution on it is so freaking unique. What's wrong with it? Yeah, I get it. It's gonna be disturbing for a lot of people. They touch up on a lot of disturbing topics. Like especially like the one with the mom. Holy hell.
make excuses for these fucking
What
people.
a tired. Okay, so just tell me.
Right. So what are we
Go to
doing?
images. I'm just asking if Puella Magi Madoka Magica would count.
I'm sorry, but like if you think about some weird stuff when you think about Madoka Magica, you have big issues.
There's a problem with you.
Because like Madoka Magica is like gore, like hunting each other down. Like you have really deep rooted issues then. If that's what gets you roaring.
For this category you're talking
If
about.
I meet somebody, if I start a new job and my coworker says this is his favorite anime, I'm
Oh
like,
my
yeah, I'm gonna
God.
beat the shit out of you after work.
Yeah,
by
we're
the
gonna
way.
kill you, man.
Wouldn't do that.
We're gonna beat
Oh wow.
Get
Okay.
it out of by the dumpster.
We're gonna turn the water up slowly until you don't notice it's boiling.
I'd talk to them less.
It's a good show.
Okay.
yeah, but
Ludwig.
Oh.
Well, will they try to step up if I say like one of my top favorite ones is Elfen Lied? I would like to see them step up then.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, these two don't look like they would do anything. I'm sorry. They're just talking to talk.
Yeah, they look like they would just tip their head and say "milady."
Yeah.
It's because the main protagonists are kids. No, not all of them are kids actually. One of them is literally a mother who abandoned her child.
When is that ever a good enough reason?
Yeah, this 30-something-year-old midlife crisis dripping man is going to beat you up if you dare to consume anime like Madoka. I bet that went over very good in the Smash community that he is a part of, but the backlash to this was pretty swift and severe, and he would
I
have a
do
mini...
feel a little bad that the Smash community is like catching strays here.
I mean, at the same time, right? I don't feel bad because it's their community, right? They're gonna
Mhm.
take out the trash, and that's up to them to take out the trash, whether they want to or not. It speaks volumes, no? Because like this is two different communities at this point.
So majority of the characters are 14 years old. So it's like but there are characters like what was the name of the woman that had the kid? I forgot. Just that part really messed with my head, like the one with the mom. Who here watched Madoko? So it's the cowboy chick. She was the mom. She was a mom. I forgot what her name was. Okay.
crash out on Twitter through a series of deleted tweets where he was angry at people for saying problematic and mean words in the replies to the clip we just watched. Yeah, he has a problem with people saying mean words on the internet, but feels totally comfortable threatening to inflict violence on people for watching anime. But this is the most recent clip that has once again gotten a lot of attention. It is from that previous collaboration between Ludwig's podcast and Trash Taste, and it's filled with more hypocrisy and just downright insane comments, many of which are very demeaning to Japan. And a lot of people are watching Giguk and saying he's kind of spineless for allowing people like this to be on his podcast. And people are once again looking at CDawg VA and looking at him as a giant hypocrite on all the related subjects. But let's just jump right into this clip.
Are you guys liking Japan so far?
I am.
Yeah?
But I have beef with you.
Reserved.
Why beef with me specifically?
I got beef with you.
Why?
I got a problem with you.
I also have beef with you because I'm with him, so I unfortunately have beef with you. It's nice to see you again.
It is nice to see
I
you
have
again.
so much beef with you, though. So
Who's that anyways?
Because I'm too helpful, and I've been helping you.
You've been actually a massive help.
Okay, I actually have no idea who that is.
I think his name is Slime or something.
Lime?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, this is gonna a little bit bother me.
Okay, Shadowstar says I watched the first episode, and only got like halfway before I realized it wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, magical girl animes are not my cup of tea either. Magical girl that I can probably remotely say that is tolerable is Sailor Moon, but that's OG, you know, that's nostalgia.
I used to like Doremi. How many here know Doremi?
Sounds familiar. Ivan says Slime is the loser who wants to beat up people. Oh, that's the dude with the glasses.
Oh, okay. And you know what? I mixed up Madoko and I mixed up the characters from Madoko and Magical Girl Raising Project. So we're all on the same page. So I mixed them up. So it's another Magical Girl BR Slaughter anime.
Yeah, it spawned a whole bunch of them.
Okay, so I mixed up the characters from the both anime. I was talking about okay. When I was talking about Madoko, I was talking about Magical Girl Raising Project. That's where I mixed everything up. So the character I was talking about was she was called, what was it? Calamity Mary. There we go. God damn it. How did I mix those two up? To be fair, I haven't watched them since I was like super young.
You've guided me around to amazing spots. You've hooked me up in ways that I could only bow like Slime does at a 7-Eleven when he gets a coffee in the morning.
I hate this meme.
It's not a meme. But you, when we went to Akihabara yesterday, said you have to go to a specific spot called the Culture Zone.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I call my downstairs.
What the fuck was that about? Because we walk into that place and we're walking around and it's a lot of figures, and then we see this aisle with curtains and we're like, dude, that's gonna be so sick. They have a cool secret section. And we walk in and Connor, I shit you not, I saw a sea of children Tom Brady would love to kiss naked.
What?
So it turns out when you go to a very weird, nerd-centric center of Akihabara, you're gonna find some weird stuff. I can't believe it, but that's what happened here. And in my previous video, I talked about how Ludwig had the only halfway sane approach towards the subject, but yeah, that's gone away because further on in this clip, he's going to call.
What happened?
He went to the not safe for work section and he found the lollies.
Oh, so you probably shouldn't call real life kids lollies.
He went to a figurine store.
Oh, I thought he's talking about something super dark, like human trafficking. He's talking, my guy is here talking about figurines?
Yes. Honey?
I'm about to have a crash out. My guy is being all dramatic about figurines. I thought he's talking about freaking trafficking. Holy.
All anime figures CP while his friends take pictures of what they believe is CP. But you can see this is all about anime. Let it be very clear. They're talking about.
Lifu jumped where I heard of it. Bro, I was like horrified for a second here.
About anime, and this is going to lead to a very dysfunctional conversation where the comments being made by Ludwig, Slime, and CDawg would basically paint Giguk, and who's not featured on the podcast, the anime man, Joey, as predators. In fact, this whole thing is about anime figures, and they're surrounded by some of these figures right now on the podcast that would fit the description they're giving.
Just naked. What is that?
Well, okay, so there are scarcely places in Akihabara that have, I want to say, everything that encapsulates the area.
Yeah.
And that building has a little bit of everything for everyone. Some of
Yeah.
some of the
They even
little
covered
bit for everyone.
EDP 445.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
That's probably the worst example ever. So catering to EDP 445, who I'm sure most of you are already aware of, this guy
so he straight up
famously
is
said
saying,
that if you look
he's straight up saying these people are PDFs. Yeah.
at Lolicon, for example, you are a predator, which of course is a massive round of projection for a guy who has been busted multiple times for trying to meet up with what he thinks are children. And I can't go much further because the last time I did, I got bonked by YouTube for cyberbullying EDP 445. But here's the thing, he's probably the worst example to provide in this situation. And you can say, oh, well, that podcast was from 2 or 3 years ago. They didn't know. It was always obvious with this guy. That was his behavior forever. So it just shows how tone deaf they are in providing the worst example ever.
The other everyone.
So this podcast was 3 years ago, right? So what is the expiration date of Ludwig being typical Ludwig with this take? 5 years as well?
I say 5 years, so he's still in the target range, in my opinion, with his takes. He hasn't changed though.
No, he has not changed.
I mean, this is the dude that said let's up those numbers.
Yes, he kept feeding alcohol to someone who has alcohol issues. Yep. And the dude who has alcohol issues that got alcohol fed to him got punished.
Yep.
No, we are too.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Everyone.
That was 3 years ago. I thought the clip is recent. He was like showing like podcast that was 3 years ago at the very beginning. Not this one. I don't know. I'm confused about the timeline now.
This was 3 years ago.
No, I obviously don't partake in those sections, but
Why are you saying it like you do?
I
secretly?
thought that maybe, as a tourist, you might want to see the kind of weird stuff that goes on.
I ran into like what I can only imagine is a Japanese high schooler there, and we locked eyes.
He shouldn't have been in that section.
and I was like,
Ludwig and Connor will never change. And it's worse for Connor who had Connor used to do the whole like butler shit in the past. Like besides, the current demon butler. He was in the past, he did the whole fan service butler shit. That's how he started his YouTube channel.
Bro.
It was all fan service for him and a lot of would any of my viewers like to date me shit, and a lot of I'm aware like female cosplay outfits and like at some point I used to watch Trash Taste. At some point even I had to stop watching it because they talk so much constantly about hentai and what they're jacking off to. It was weird. Like I don't even know what they're talking about anymore there. I haven't watched them because I got so fucking fed up with that shit. Black Butler doesn't have fan service for Shota implication. It does. It does. Literally the character. The main character. The butler is not the main character. The kid is. And that was his like whole personality.
Like, bro, you gotta stop coming here.
You're trying to shake it like, please just go live a normal life.
Yeah, I gotta ask, how long did you spend in there?
So at this point, you can see Sea-Dog VA making it very clear, like, hey guys, I'm not...
Context, the yard clip is 4 months ago. The Trash Taste is within like a month. Oof.
Weird, don't judge me. I don't partake in that stuff.
Okay, so I'm assuming they started digging through like Ludwig being there earlier because so this shit happened, so they started digging through the old shit.
Which is an absolute lie. I mean, the guy has routinely done podcast episodes, videos, what have you, where they're consuming content like Metamorphosis, for example, where it centers around a high school student who falls into addiction and prostitution, and it's obviously
Let me guess. Any weird if she looks legal? That's their logic?
super dark. This is the kind of stuff that Slime would beat you up for, definitely. But it's like they want to have their cake and eat it too, right? They want to lecture about how icky and problematic this stuff is while monetizing it. And they've been doing this for years, up until this day. It's like we hear routinely Sea-Dog VA demonizing all this stuff involving anime, but on the same hand, routinely consuming it and posting his reactions onto YouTube.
Girls at Dojin is gross. I hate that one. I never heard of this one.
And we're not even getting into like the deep end of this where like he's close, very close with Iron Mouse, who's constantly accused of being a predator or enabling predators with her VTuber model.
What?
He's always overlooked this. I mean, it's basically like friendly fire.
What? When? Where? How? I never heard any of that.
That's news.
Yeah, like what? Bro, okay, someone explain to me, why is Iron Mouse lately getting so much flack? Is it purely flag by association? Because she gets a lot of shit these days.
Yes.
No matter what she does, like she will get shit for it.
At this point, like he's engaging in the same behavior these tourists are engaging in when they harass Iron Mouse. It's very ironic when you think about it. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here and get to the next part where Ludwig is going into details about his experience he and his friends had while in the store, and the pictures his friend was taking of what he believed and Ludwig believes is CP. Spoiler alert, it's about anime figures.
And so somebody from our group, in the absurdity of it, they're like, oh, because it's the craziest one. They take a picture of it, and I'm like, that's a bad idea. You are just taking pictures of child porn.
I saw, yeah. I would get it off your phone.
You gotta get that off your phone.
Oh, it is drawn.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah, it is.
So the totally normal, not weird people in Ludwig's crew see what they.
How hard is it to just be like, this topic, the one that where the internet is super divided on, yeah, you know, ooh, miss me with that. Ooh, miss me with that. Ooh, you know, how hard is that? You know how often we get asked what our stance on it is? You know what I do? Ooh, because like what? You would think like a bigger content creator would know better, right?
They believe is CP, and they immediately take out their phone and start taking pictures of it, which would be a federal crime if what they were saying wasn't about anime figures. And you see someone on the crew there having to specify for the audience that they're talking about anime figures. That is the absolute state of normies and the takeover of anime by people like this who want to basically use whatever buzzword they want when describing something that makes them feel weird, right? Just because it's weird, I guess they can say whatever they want and water down whatever terms they want, which ironically enough is something that EDP 445 would do all the time. Just saying.
It is
an anime store.
Yes, yeah.
It has everything an anime fan might want.
So
they had a curtain in that curtain section that I didn't dare go in.
So to translate for everyone who's not knowledgeable about Japanese and anime culture, they went to the doujinshi section, which is the part where you get a lot of fan-drawn like books and art.
Yeah, dude, I thought doujinshi was chill because I used to like jerk off to Naruto doujinshi because it would be that one lady.
Wait,
What's
don't
up?
say that.
What's up?
You just said,
well,
right? Like that's bad.
No,
to
that's
say.
chill. That's chill.
Yeah, slime comes.
Is he stupid? Like, is he a little bit like, you know, woo, up there?
Is this one like Ludwig walks back when Slime said don't do that?
Like, what? Is he like, you know, haha, you know? Like,
He just like shoots himself in the foot the more he talks.
Leaf was quite adept at maneuvering out of line of fire. Well done. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 years after the summer for us, and like so far, fingers crossed, no one will pull us into some drama shit.
Hopefully.
The pinnacle of stupid tourists. I don't think it's even like a tourist thing. I think he's just stupid.
Yep.
Comes in to clarify, shouldn't.
Listen, maybe I'm thinking too highly of big content creators, but they became big content creators for a reason, right? People like them. They know how to navigate social cues, social landscapes. So why is it these top 1%ers of content creation, they don't know how to publicly act? That's what I don't understand. What happened? Because yeah, I would expect them to be able to like navigate social cues and social situations. You are giving them way too much credit. But to be fair and not be realistic here, if they achieve the top 1% of content creation and income, isn't it credits due where credits due? That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you achieve being a millionaire from content creation and social cues and then say stuff like this, you know? And act like this?
Because they were smaller back then, so there wasn't a lot of eyes on them. But since a lot of
No, but no, they are smaller right now than they were when they were at the top. Maybe they just need to break down and hire a PR manager. I'm still leaning more towards like it's the whole attitude of them feeling like they're untouchable. Like at a certain point, they grew so fast, got such a high income that they think they're untouchable. To be fair, it's kind of true though. How many cancellation attempts did Ludwig go through, and he's still racking in millions?
yeah, this year alone. I mean, last year alone. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So maybe it's also the viewers' fault, who the viewers are platforming and supporting. Just a thought. Like I see a lot of people being like, "Oh, this content creator should be higher up," or "Content creators like this should be higher up," and blah blah blah, all that stuff. Over these people, but in reality, you guys know what I'm saying. Let's quote Markiplier on our stance for drama. You do you do I do me, and we won't do each other. I'm gonna steal that one. Honey, copy paste that for me.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Entertainment is like government. You live and die at the people's pleasure.
Talk about the sort of etchy stuff you're consuming. Meanwhile, this is the guy who has no issue saying he's going to inflict violence on people for watching Madoka.
Right? Naruto Donichi still?
I wouldn't personally, but
he hasn't even seen Naruto, so he has no horse in this race.
You got no skin in the game, bro.
Well, okay, so I think maybe doujins back then were more chill, but I think definitely over the past 5-10 years they've gotten progressively.
Also, the woman he's talking about is probably the Sakura's teacher. I forgot her name. What was her name?
I don't know.
But yeah, the blonde one. That's probably who he's talking about.
More intense.
It doesn't have to be like.
So I guess by his logic, anything.
For a second, I thought like my video froze.
Especially erotic material out of Japan. Anything before 5 years ago, I guess, is fine, right? They only started going into extreme stuff the last couple of years. It was just the last couple of years. Everything before that, you have a grace period according to these people, which probably adds up a lot when you think about it, given the content they're making. But look at Giguk. A lot of people are calling him spineless for this, and we've seen previous clips of Sea-Dog basically
I don't think it's spineless of Giguk not, going into like a fit, He's kind of just doing his own thing. His wife is concentrating on her own shit. He just released an anime that actually apparently did really well. And it's like, he's kind of just there. He's like half checked out, actually.
Yeah, he's kind of just coasting. I mean, he's good.
Yeah.
He's vibing, dude. Like his business is booming. So I don't know why you want him to say something that could possibly impact his business.
Would impact his business, would impact his income, which he is reinvesting into his own business, and would cause unnecessary drama, headache, and issues with the work they're trying to do, Just not everyone wants to get into drama. Some people just want to clock in, clock out of work and get their paycheck.
I mean, these three are just talking. Look, Giguk, he's just vibing.
Yeah.
Like they're shooting themselves in the foot. He doesn't gotta say anything.
Just because someone doesn't want to lose their paycheck doesn't mean they're spineless. It means they have responsibilities.
Implying that people like him would be predators over the content they make. I mean, this guy made a career talking about all sorts of problematic anime and tropes and anything that's related to it. This is a guy who makes videos on Arrow Manga Sensei. I mean, this is very ironic that he's just sitting there and allowing this to happen. Like, these people are basically implying you're all a bunch of freaks and...
What do you mean allowing all of this to happen? What the fuck is he supposed to do? Cause like a public like drama? Like what? I feel like that's a little fucking unfair. Giga probably also don't take them seriously. Yeah. It's like water off a duck's back. Like I said, he seemed like pretty checked out a while back now. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like this is kind of unfair. Like, first people are gonna complain that people are being dramatic, and then people are gonna complain that they're not being dramatic enough. Like, okay.
Potentially criminals as well. But also C-Dog VA sitting there going like, whoa, 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 I wouldn't do that person. Like, guys, I'm cool. I'm not weird. Like, I'm one of you. I'm like one of these LA streamers, you know? I'm not one of these weird people, these weird predators or whatever. He's just making sure everyone knows he's the ethical gooner in this situation.
Like child-looking characters. It could just be adults, right?
Well, most of it's adults, but there unfortunately is a lot of child stuff.
And unfortunately, a lot of that is centered in Akihabara.
Right.
Don't ask me why. I mean, we all know why, but don't ask me why.
You kind of realize when you're in Japan long enough, you're like, so what's up with all that kids stuff?
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's very odd, and a lot of people online like to be like, it's just a different culture, you don't get it. And it's like,
It's still okay to think it's weird.
No, 100%. 100%.
You know?
Well, look at Slime there. He gets it, actually. If you see stuff that you think is weird or whatever, that's okay. It's just weird, right? Ignore it. Don't consume it.
He's not running his mouth as much when he was like in US. All of a sudden, like, you can just find it weird.
Yep.
And good night,
little
Prince. Get some rest.
Yeah, good night, Prince. Thanks for coming by. See, you start acting a little different when you're not in your home turf, huh?
I mean, you can push back about calling people PDFs when the people they talk about would include yourself. Not everyone just has a personality. I've seen it for myself, especially men. And like, then there's like women constantly screeching in everyone's ears how every man is a predator. And I've seen it with my own eyes, especially in US, men just shutting down and just trying to ignore it because they're just so fed up with being like dealing with that dumb shit. I've seen it with my own eyes happen. They're just trying to get through the day at this point. I just tone out the Connor Ludwig. I have an opinion. This sounds so normie. And good night, Inspired. Only time I would say he should speak up would be if he is being attacked. Yeah, attacked, or when he's seeing actual like something harmful being done to another person.
But fast forward to about a year later, he's saying people should be beaten up for watching Madoka, of all things. But
was like Giga covering all that what was it, Aero Sensei or something? Wasn't that like a decade ago, almost a decade ago? Does he still do like shit like that? I know his wife like is still doing shit like that. I feel like, I don't know. I'm checking right now what he actually is concentrating on, so I can actually understand what we're talking about. Okay, the biggest dumpster fire in anime. Spring anime 2026 in a nutshell. Winter anime, best anime, horse girl anime, chainsaw, the YouTuber who made a real anime, fall anime, Chinese anime. She doesn't do loot shit anymore. When the last loot thing I see was 3 years ago saying anime has gone too far. When's the last loot thing I can see? I have to scroll for quite a bit. So it looks like he just grew out of it as he got older and got married.
Wasn't he married for a while?
Yeah. I'm as far as 5 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, last one was an entire video 5 years ago.
Ivan says, I feel like Connor always has something to whine about. Like, do you even like watching anime shows, bro?
I don't think he does anymore.
No, I think he still watches JoJo or something. I think that's probably the only anime he watches.
I think he's like through and through LA now. Yeah, like Gigak's wife is still doing full on hentai every single day content. Not every single day, but her regular content is still hentai, everything hentai. But she moved on to reviewing mangas. What does she even do it anymore these days? I know Anime Man, he does a lot of content about like P-stars and hentai. His fiance Akidira, she does OnlyFans and like has a hentai about herself. Yeah, all she posts about like Gigak's wife, all she posts is not all she posts, but majority of it is just couple stuff actually. Like on social media, she mostly posts couple stuff, like couples pictures of from their wedding, blah blah blah, date nights. Okay, she mostly reviews. So all the hentai stuff she does is like on Patreon. Obviously, I'm not gonna pull it up, but it's like just writings, no imagery. Yeah, it looks like they're both kind of growing out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but Anime Man and Naki Deers are the opposite. These two seem like they're just growing out of it.
You can see the very weird dichotomy here where you can see Sea-Dog, who's lived in Japan and has an anime podcast talking about Japan like it's the most disgusting place he's ever encountered, but he feels so comfortable living there and consuming all this awful, terrible stuff and making a career out of it. It's just very, very hypocritical. I think everyone watching this understands the level of hypocrisy. If you think all this stuff is...
I think everyone knows my opinion on this point right now. If you hate the country so much, move.
Yeah.
And yes, for him is higher implications because, you know, his income with trash taste and all that stuff.
So bad. It's so prevalent in Japan. Why are you living there?
But I'm pretty sure Connor gets more paid from his own shit right now than trash taste. He's a full-time content creator.
Right.
Why are you profiting from...
Plus, the LA Click keeps giving him awards for being one of the top creators every year.
From all this stuff.
It is weird because the main question is who does this appeal to, and when you find out that answer, you're like, oh, this is weird.
Well, I mean, apparently it appeals to you guys because you review this stuff for your podcast. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's never like a good. There can't be a good answer to that.
Yeah.
No. And like you went to, I guess, like you went to like the culture zone, which is like Connor said,
It's literally
like,
called the culture.
The culture zone.
Yeah.
Officer, I'm just cultured, okay?
Officer, it was in the culture zone actually.
Culture falling out of my pockets, culture all over. Oh,
But
God.
I mean, there are some stores that are literally like 7 stories high.
Oh, I should take them to the porn store.
Yeah, the porn store, it literally 7 stories high. You saw that, like, you know, like that one guarded section. Imagine that and extrapolate that to like 7 stories. And yeah, it's just if you thought some of the things you found out in there were like messed up, there are some you haven't even seen like the sex toy section.
So you know, there's I did a video where we bought each other a $500 box, right? And I try to get him as much messed up stuff that you could show on YouTube.
Yeah.
The ethical gooner strikes again.
And there's this one store where they sell all the types of different sprays. And I got you like the only ones that you could show, which is like 2 out of like 30.
Yeah.
Where it was like armpit of an office worker. But it gets progressively a lot
That
worse.
is so old, though.
Get me in the lab with the scientist who's
No,
like,
that's like really old, though. No, I've seen like videos popping up about it. Like people be like, "Oh, guess what I found in Japan?" Like what, 8 years ago, 9 years ago?
all right, this is office worker sweat
Yeah.
versus
That's
like
pretty
Uber
funny.
driver.
You know the meme of the template of the dude looking at the sign. He's like, yes, finally I perfected the send. But that was in the store, and that was in the section that was the tame section. And there is more often than not worse section.
What would the worst scent be?
Okay. I have
the
actually
same.
been there.
That's so
because
news
my
to me.
wife has let's say reviewed a lot of the scents.
She's the degenerate queen.
She's the degenerate queen.
I'm going to pause there. The rest is just talking about the scents and everything, but you notice they mentioned Giguk's wife, and she's the degenerate queen. So when she does it, it's all cool and whatever, and that's, of course, referring to Sid here.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you just look through her content, right? All the stuff that she reviews
Yeah, it's a
easily
lot
falls
of
into the
adult
categories that would
stuff.
get her beaten up by slime there and called a predator, among other things, by
Sydney stuff is a lot of adult stuff.
people like Sea-Dog and Ludwig and all of that. Again, it's just very ironic, and the fact that they make exceptions for this stuff that they're demonizing so hard just shows how unserious they are, and the fact that they're willing to make such outrageous claims about people over anime and also threaten them just shows how ridiculous these people are and hypocritical they are. But this quote really sums it up. Why do you even watch anime, or why do they even watch anime if they think all of it has underlying risk/danger of breaking the law? Why do you live in Japan even? If you think Japan is this evil place promoting violence against children, why live there and broadcast its culture to the world?
That's a fair question.
I mean, how would they answer that question? This whole thing isn't just like, sitting here trying to hate on this podcast or whatever, but like the hypocrisy is insane. I don't care if it was from like a year ago, 3 years ago. It's a consistent theme on their podcast, not just among people like Sea-Dog speaking on the podcast. But
Yeah, just like if you're so unhappy, just maybe move.
Yeah.
It has to be easy to move when you have an established like millions of audience and earning millions.
If you can go back and get receipts of the same thing they've said, but in a different way to present time, then I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
They make exception for people they know, but they cast a blanket for other people.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just hypocritical. It's either just blind hypocrisy, like they're being hypocritical without even seeing it themselves, or it's just rage bait.